Have you ever imagined a world where massive, terrifying creatures ruled the Earth? What if I told you that some of the most nightmarish animals ever existed, and you're incredibly lucky they no longer roam our planet? In today's video, we'll be diving into the top 10 extinct creatures that were so fearsome, you'll be relieved they're not around anymore. Stick with us to uncover these monstrous beings and imagine how different life would be if they still walked the Earth. 1. Gigantopithecus, the giant ape. Gigantopithecus was a massive ape that roamed the forests of China, India, and Vietnam during the Pleistocene era. Standing up to 3 meters tall and weighing over 1,200 pounds, this beast was an intimidating sight. Despite being a vegetarian, its incredible strength made it a formidable creature. It likely used its massive size to fend off predators, and early humans probably kept their distance. Experts suggest that early human hunting or climate change contributed to its extinction around 300,000 years ago. If Gigantopithecus were still alive today, forests would be far more dangerous places to explore. Imagine hiking in the jungle only to encounter a 10-foot-tall ape capable of easily overpowering a human. Thankfully, this giant is now just a fossilized memory. 2. Pomanoscorpius, the giant scorpion. This monstrous scorpion could grow up to 1 meter, about 3 feet long, far larger than any scorpion you'll find today. Armed with venomous stingers and sharp claws, the Pomanoscorpius was a formidable predator during its time. While scientists aren't sure how toxic its venom was, its size alone suggests it could have delivered a lethal dose with ease. If these scorpions still existed today, they'd make desert treks or even camping trips in dry areas a terrifying ordeal. Forget about small stings. This creature could have knocked you out with one powerful jab. Imagine needing armor just to survive a desert expedition. 3. Megalodon, the oceanic nightmare. Megalodon was the largest species of shark to have ever existed, with estimates suggesting it reached lengths of 60 feet and weighed over 50 tons. For comparison, the modern great white shark can grow up to 20 feet long, which means Megalodon was about 3 times as large. With a mouth full of serrated teeth, this shark terrorized the ancient oceans, feasting on whales and other marine giants. If Megalodon were still around, we'd have one more reason to stay out of the ocean. Imagine heading to the beach, knowing that a shark bigger than a school bus could be lurking in the water. Even modern boats might not be safe from an animal this size. 4. Ketelcotas, the giant flying reptile. Ketelcotas was one of the largest flying animals ever to have existed, with a wingspan of up to 12 to 15 meters, 39 to 49 feet. This prehistoric pterosaur lived about 70 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period. Despite its massive size, scientists believe Ketelcotas didn't hunt in the air like most birds of prey, but rather stalked the ground, walking with its long legs and using its sharp beak to catch small to medium-sized animals, possibly even as large as a dog or small dinosaur. If Ketelcotas were still around, taking a stroll through the open plains could quickly become a terrifying experience. Picture a giraffe-sized creature with the wingspan of a small airplane silently approaching, ready to snatch you up in its beak. Thankfully, this airborne predator no longer lurks in our skies. 5. Mosasaurus, the marine giant. Mosasaurus was a massive marine reptile, growing up to 50 feet in length and ruling the oceans during the late Cretaceous period. Its enormous jaws were filled with razor-sharp teeth, making it a top predator capable of devouring almost anything that crossed its path. Scientists believe that this monster could even take down other large marine creatures, making it a fearsome force beneath the waves. If Mosasaurus were still swimming in our oceans, even modern ships wouldn't be safe. Imagine setting sail, only to realize a 50-foot sea monster is lurking beneath the surface. Small boats? Forget it. They'd be gone in one bite. 6. Gorgonops, the pre-dinosaur predator. Before dinosaurs took over the Earth, Gorgonops ruled as a terrifying predator. It lived around 260 million years ago, during the late Permian period. Measuring up to 10 feet long, Gorgonops was both fast and deadly, with sharp canine teeth that jutted out from its lower jaw. It was a fierce carnivore, preying on anything that crossed its path. Imagine a world where dinosaurs hadn't yet appeared, but creatures like Gorgonops were already hunting and dominating the land. If it were still alive, our early ancestors would have faced an even greater challenge trying to survive. 7. Terror birds, South America's land predator. Terror birds, as the name suggests, were enormous flightless birds that terrorized the plains of South America millions of years ago. Growing up to 10 feet tall and running at incredible speeds, these predators used their massive, sharp beaks to catch and kill prey. They were strong enough to swallow animals the size of dogs in one gulp, and their hook beaks allowed them to tear through even larger prey, like horses and camels. If terror birds still roamed the earth, large predators like lions and tigers would have stiff competition. Running into one of these giant birds on a South American safari? Let's just say you wouldn't stand a chance. 8. Titanoboa, the giant snake. Titanoboa, as mentioned earlier, lived in the warm tropical climates of ancient South America around 60 million years ago. At 15 meters long and over a ton in weight, it killed its prey by squeezing it to death, much like modern boa constrictors. Titanoboa would have had no trouble crushing anything in its path, including humans if they had existed at the time. If this massive snake still slithered through jungles today, we'd have to rethink every adventure into tropical forests. Forget the fear of regular snakes. This thing would make you wish you'd never left your house. 9. Arthr, the giant centipede. For those who shudder at the sight of centipedes, imagine encountering Arthr, a millipede-like creature that could grow up to 3 meters, 10 feet long. These creepy crawlies were around during the Carboniferous period, and while it's unclear whether they were predatory or not, their size alone would have been enough to send anyone running for cover. If Arthr still roamed the earth, our backyards would be the last place we'd want to be. Regular millipedes are unsettling enough, but having a 10-foot-long version, time to build higher fences, or just never leave the house. 10. Parasaurs, giant crocodiles. Parasaurs, a gigantic ancestor of today's crocodiles, were twice as long as the largest crocodiles we know today. They grew to an incredible 13 meters, 42 feet, and were more than capable of swallowing a human whole. These massive reptiles lived about 8 million years ago in South America and were fierce predators, even capable of challenging some dinosaurs. If these massive crocodiles were still alive, rivers and lakes in South America would be completely off limits. Canoeing? No way. Even a small boat might not be enough to escape the jaws of a parasaurs. Throughout these examples, it's clear that nature has produced some truly fearsome creatures in Earth's history. Though these monsters have long been extinct, they remind us of the power and danger inherent in nature. Humanity has made great strides in technology and society, but we remain small and vulnerable compared to the forces of the natural world. Their extinction is a relief, but also a reminder that we must protect the ecosystems and species still with us today to avoid similar fates. In the end, it's a good thing these terrifying creatures no longer exist. But as we marvel at their size and power, let's remember that we still share this planet with many incredible species. Protecting them and our environment ensures we don't see the extinction of creatures that are vital to our world's balance.